Seriously, guys, what the hell is going on with crypto right now? We had another big, huge crash. We've had a couple crashes in the last few weeks, and this one is just as bad, if not worse. And a lot of people, getting completely wrecked and wondering when we're going to get some kind of relief. Now, a lot of this had to do with the announcements from Trump talking about the tariffs, and that those are still going to be scheduled for next month, and along with other things like the interest rates not easing and the dollar still holding strong. And these are bad for risk assets like Bitcoin. So that's a big reason why we had this crash. And of course, when Bitcoin goes down, altcoins do even worse. And so if you're in altcoins too, you're really feeling the pain right now. I know that I looked at my portfolio. My portfolio is down now 40% from the all-time high from a few months ago. So it's very painful if you're experiencing the same thing here, which you probably are. And for me, I have most of my money. I don't really have a lot left on the sidelines. I'm already kind of fully invested in crypto. So I'm kind of, pretty much out of money to buy these dips. I do have a little bit to put in that I'm looking to buy some things. But for the most part, I'm all in. So that makes these dips even harder. If you're in a different situation where you have money on the sidelines, then, the saying is buy when there's blood in the streets, you buy. And right now we're in fear. On the fear and greed index, we're in pretty much extreme fear. And usually these are the big opportunities where people make the big money. So not saying that it's not going to dip further, but according to fear and greed, now is a good time to buy. And just a couple of tweets here. One here from Seth Finn. He says, with this last crash, there are now 4 confluences for Bitcoin. The RSI, which is Relative Strength Index, one day is oversold for the first time since August 2024. And then the Bitcoin price is also touching the 200 EMA, which oftentimes they'll get a strong bounce off of there, and also touching the fib retracement level of 38.2, which is a key retracement level, and retesting the channel for that first time since November. So he says, I like it when the stars align. Buy the dip on spot has never been easier. So while it's pretty much the hardest thing to do is to buy when things are down, our minds don't really work that way. But if you do have money on the sidelines, that's something you could look at. Another tweet here from 𝗟𝗶𝗀𝗏. You guys all need to learn patience. This was 2017, and he shows a chart here. Very similar macro structure. There were 5 28% plus pullbacks in BTC. Most lasted between 2 to 3 months before a new high. Alts saw 65% corrections, which is about where we're at now with a lot of these altcoins. And he says, all of this was noise. Go do something else more constructive than stare at a screen. So if you don't have money to invest right now, now's the time to get away from your screen and forget about it, and understand that in the macro environment, Bitcoin it still has all those strong factors, right? It's just taking longer than a lot of us, including me, expected it to start going up. But that's good advice. If you're feeling depressed, about the situation, go out, get some exercise, get away from the screen. And, if you need to talk about it, then find a friend, a crypto friend, or a family member that you can talk about things to, because just talking about it really helps. And I know sometimes you feel like a failure when you're investing with anything in life, and investing is no different. But talking to someone about it can really lighten the load. And as someone who has struggled with depression and anxiety for most of my adult life, that's what I found, and I'm thankful to have those people in my life where I can talk about that stuff too when I'm not feeling good, and not just with my investments, but other areas of life too. So I just want to give that message to you because this is a tough space that we're all in here. People looking at it on the outside, when people make money in investing these things, oh, that was easy, they just got lucky. But it's actually grinds you down, and it's a very process where you need to be patient. And nobody that has held Bitcoin over 4 years is in losses still. So if you hold long enough, can't really say the same thing about altcoins. Those are more risky. But if you hold Bitcoin long enough, history shows that you'll be in profit. And over the last several years, 15 years, Bitcoin has been the best performing risk on asset. So I'm trying to be positive here as much for me as I am you, because we're all suffering right now if you're heavily in crypto. But it's going to take a lot of patience. Hopefully things turn around soon, but we have to be prepared and be patient that things could even get worse, and try to let us not bother us. Because eventually, as 𝗗𝗶𝗀 said, if we look at 2017, we had a fairly lackluster first quarter, but then the second, third, and fourth quarters were amazing for Bitcoin. And in a previous video, I talked about how we could, rocket up here in spring and actually have the bear market. There's charts and stuff that are showing that, but we could also have something different, again, more like 2017, where the first quarter is not very good, and then we just do a steady climb for the rest of the year. But either way, we should have eventually big returns again from Bitcoin, like we average most years. So I am getting some money back from FTX repayments. I haven't got it yet, but I am looking to invest here with this dip. And if it dips down even further than this, then I have some money there once I get that FTX repayments. And I think a lot of people will do the same. So hopefully that's a good boost here in the short term. But in the long term, I do believe we're eventually going to have the dollar weaken and interest rates go lower. But the crypto game is always risky, and that's, you can be safe and get a 4% yield from T-bills or whatever, but that's not really what you're signing up for in crypto. You're signing for bigger risk and potentially bigger reward, especially with altcoins. So just a quick message I wanted to give you guys today. Hang in there if you're struggling. Talk about it if you need to. If you're feeling depressed, you need to talk to someone. Find someone you can vent to. Exercise, pray, meditate, and try to find balance. Doing all those things, and you'll be able to take these crazy events and fluctuations better. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.